Hello, it's me and Fluffy. Say hi to the nice people. Hello, people. Fluffy is wearing her thunder shirt because we're in the middle of a thunderstorm, and she's not digging it at all. I want to thank everybody for all the nice comments I've been getting, and I kind of feel like most of my viewers are husbands from the 1950s because everybody wants me to get back in the kitchen. What can I say? I don't mind. So we're gonna go cook something again today. It's something I've never made before. I'm experimenting and you can come along with me. So let's head down to the kitchen. I had some boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I baked in the oven yesterday, left over. And I thought it would be really nice, because it's such a miserable, cold, dreary day today, to make a chicken pot pie. But I'm too lazy to make crust. Raise your hand if you're lazy. So I thought I'll make a chicken slump. Now, if you don't know what a slump is, I don't actually know if there's such a thing called a chicken slump. In the summer, I make berry slumps, which are fresh berries when they're in season, and you mix up some flour and milk and a few other ingredients, and you pour it on top and you bake it. So it's kind of like a bottomless berry pie. And I thought, I wonder if that could work with chicken. And I don't see why not. So I'm modifying my slump recipe to make a Lazy Gal's chicken pot pie. And I'm completely freestyling, so I hope it comes out. We'll find out. Where do we begin? All right, we are going to start by sauteing some onions in oil on the stove, into which I have thrown a little rosemary. I'll put the whole recipe in the description, but basically it's chicken diced into bite-sized pieces, some frozen vegetables thawed, onions, some butter, some seasoning, and condensed mushroom soup. Very importante. A word about the seasoning. Won't say the name. I love this stuff. It's great for chicken. If you can get your hands on this, I will put the name of this in the description with the recipe. If you can't, you can just use oregano and marjoram and some ginger, and I'll tell you what's in there. I got you covered. So let's get started. The oven is preheating at 375, and we're going to start by sauteing some onions in oil with a little dried rosemary in there. I'm just going to saute these in a saucepan, obviously. A saucepan. Over medium heat. Now that the onions are ready, I added a little salt and pepper. I'm going to add the condensed mushroom soup, to which I also added 1 can full of milk. Just gonna throw things in here and see what happens. And the chicken. Since the chicken's already cooked, when we bake it in the oven, we're just gonna bake the top and heat the chicken and the filling through. So that's our filling. It's nice and creamy. I don't think it's too thick. I think it's just right. Now we'll just pour the filling into a pan. It's heavy. that in. Yes, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. It smells good too. All right. Just smooth it out. Smooth. Okay. Now we're going to make the batter to pour on top. So I have a cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, to which I am going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now I also added seasoning to the flour. If I was making a berry buckle, it would require sugar, but obviously this is a savory dish. So instead of sugar, we add herbs and spices. Just mix this up. It's watery, which is what you want, because it's a batter, not a dough. So now you just pour this on top evenly as possible. Just gonna even it out. Spread it around. Spread it around. There we go. And now I'm gonna bake it in the oven for about 40 minutes. Keep an eye on it though, because what you're gonna end up is a nice brown topping over the filling. Okay, so we'll put it in the oven, and through the magic of the internet, it's gonna come out all done. Our chicken slump is out of the oven. It smells really good. And it looks good too. Let me show you. That's what it looks like, golden brown on top. And I'm going to serve some up so you can see what it looks like. It's almost like a biscuit on top. Okay, can you see that? Let's get closer. Hello. All right. If I were going to make this again, which I might, I think I would add some red bell pepper, just to give it a little more color. I need a fork. I'm back. All right, it's really hot. Ooh. It's like really hot. Okay. It's delicious. It couldn't have been easier. So if you have some leftover chicken, you can even use leftover rotisserie chicken, anything. I don't even know if they make it still, but they used to make canned chicken, like you would buy tuna fish. You could use that. 1, 2, 3. Took no time at all. All right, so you asked for it, you got it. I'm back in the kitchen. And I hope you'll try my chicken slump. I have to come up with a better name.